Hey, good morning. It is October 7. I cannot believe it just continues to roll through the school year, and we are basically a quarter of the way through the school year, right? Our quarter's ending, so just incredible. Couple things that the quarter ending means, and that is one, electives, right? So we're starting over with our electives. So that'll be coming out today. I've got a couple teachers waiting for a couple descriptions. But once I get those, I'm going to send those out to your email, and you'll have today and tomorrow to get those done so that I can build the classes over fall break. 7th and 8th grade, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, your Bibles are kind of going to change a little bit. 6 won't really, but 7th and 8th, you're going to shift over, so I'm going to build those. So there's a couple of changes in your schedule, which will be cool. So you'll come back to those changes next week. So anyway, just wanted to bring your attention to that. Sorry, I'm looking at my to-do list here. I'm getting word that some of our students, I think it's 6th graders, but I don't want to make that assumption completely, that are down in our 4th and 5th grade hallways before school and at break. We just can't do that. We have this entire floor. We have the big breakout space at the end. We just can't do that. So that just has to stop. Out of respect for them and their teaching and learning, we just can't do that. So the expectation is that you will not go down there. All right. On that same note, when we're heading to lunch, 6th grade, 7th grade, from those lockers, make your way over towards our main middle school hallway, and let's not go down the high school hallway if you don't mind. Again, they're teaching and learning over there, so let's stay on our side of the building. So thanks for your cooperation on that. So I'm going to be sending an email out. It's the political season, right? And we're a school, and we would like to maintain a sense of peace and order here. So I'm just going to send out an email to all families and students, just reminding us to avoid, political statements on our shirts, comments verbally. We have the whole range of families here, right? We've got all the way here to here, and just out of honor and respect for all those positions, we just ask that we're just going to remain neutral and allow families to have those intense conversations. Will it come up in an academic setting? Sure. It may come up in an academic setting, but you're not going to know who our teachers are voting for. And we don't necessarily need to know who the students are voting for either. So it's just, over the years, I've done this many years, and I've just found that to remain neutral is really the best way to go. So families, if you could help us with that, students, if you could help us with that, that would be fantastic. And then lastly, the cleanup crew is Mr. DeBoer's group again. They had a short week, so they have another. It's just 2 days this week. So Mr. DeBoer's Grow group is back on the docket for these next couple of days. And then middle school and elementary night at the volleyball games. So looking forward to that tonight. It's going to be an awesome night. Seeing all you guys out there, the teams and everything. That's going to be pretty cool. So really looking forward to that. It's going to be a good night. And then be praying for student-led conferences. The students have been prepping, and just really a time to celebrate the academic, spiritual, and social-emotional growth and goals, essentially, for this year. So those are always a treat. I used to do those when I was a homeroom teacher. I would host those, and then I've lived it as a dad a couple of times, and they can be really special. So I pray that those are special for each one of you. So anyway, looking forward to that. Speaking of kind of the political season, our Pastor Joel, has done a beautiful job of tying the Bible in to what it means to be in community and differences, and when we disagree, and this is my own editorial. Seems like the political season is either we agree or we hate each other, and that doesn't seem very Christianly. That doesn't seem very Christ-like. And so we jumped out of Daniel for a little bit, and we talked in Acts. So he talked about Matthew the tax collector and Simon the zealot. I mean, they could not be more opposite of each other. So then the question is, how do those two people live in community? And so Jesus says, I'm calling all of you, Simon and Matthews of the world, to live in community with him, but also in community with each other, right? So I think we think, okay, live in community with God, great. Yes, let's do that. But then we all of a sudden lose our minds when it comes to being in community with someone we disagree with. And so God is saying, you know what? There's room for both. You can be in community with me, God says, and with one another regardless of your positions and your ideas. And Jesus also says, hey, you know what? You might both be wrong, by the way. So you stick a flag in the ground on your side, and you stick a flag in the ground on your side, and Jesus might call you both together and say, you know what? I don't think either one of you are 100% right. So anyway, I thought that was kind of my takeaway on that. But the idea is to just spend time together. Spend time together. Be curious. I was on a panel at church yesterday, and that was the word I used. When you disagree with someone, be curious, not judgmental. Just be curious about their story and what has led up to them believing this way, and you'll get to know them a little bit better. But again, just be curious and refrain from being judgmental. I think our knee-jerk reaction is to be judgmental. That's the human reaction. That's the fallen, broken world reaction. And that's normal. So then the question is, can we kind of arrest that? Can we hold that? Back down from the judgment and say, whoa, let me just be curious. Let me just ask questions. Let me answer questions. So the invitation is there from God, not only be in relationship with him, but in relationship with one another, regardless of who you're voting for. So anyway, those were my notes from yesterday. It was awesome. All right. See y'all. Bye.